modern life, a mechanical maze of energy and enterprise. A worldwide web of industry, always thriving, always buzzing, always on the go. It is the efforts and excellence of ONGC, India's biggest vertically integrated oil and gas company, that makes the veins of contemporary India throb with the lifeblood of hydrocarbons. In the pursuit of oil and gas exploration ventures beyond the boundaries of India, ONGC initiated Hydrocarbons India Limited into its fold in 1965. The initial modest efforts of the company were within the geographical domains of the Middle East, essentially covering countries like Yemen, Iran and Iraq. To keep pace with the global ambitions of the company, Hydrocarbons India Limited was rechristened as ONGC Videsh Limited (OVL) in the year 1989. Concomitant with the new avatar of the company, forays were made into the Far East with exploration ventures in Vietnam. The real breakthrough came in 1992 with the discovery of two major free gas fields in Vietnam. The Lan Tay and Lan Do fields, discovered in partnership with British Petroleum and Petro Vietnam, became the doorway to ONGC Videsh's international future in the hydrocarbons assets portfolio. With the success story in Vietnam, in 2001, ONGC Videsh strengthened its foothold in the Far East by participating in a Russian asset called Sakhalin-1, an expansive gas and oil field spread over 1,146 square kilometers. ONGC Videsh acquired a 20% stake in Sakhalin, making this the single largest foreign direct investment made by an Indian corporate at the time. Extending its Russian collaboration in 2009, ONGC Videsh attained the Imperial Energy Corporation, an independent upstream oil exploration and production company operating in 7 blocks in the Tomsk region of Western Siberia. With good assets in Vietnam and Russia, ONGC Videsh expanded its business domain into Africa and the Middle East. In Africa, Sudan proved to be the crucial prospect for ONGC Videsh. ONGC Videsh holds a 25% stake in the Greater Nile Oil Project and other subsidiary oil-producing projects such as the Pipeline Project and the Al Furat Project. Besides the E&P activities, ONGC Videsh has the distinction of successfully completing a pipeline project well within the time frame. In the Middle East, Syria came under focus for initiating aggressive exploration efforts. The discoveries of Rashid and Abu Khashab fields were both in 2009. Effectively functioning as operator and joint operator in Russia, Vietnam, Sudan and Syria, ONGC Videsh leapfrogged into Latin America, covering countries like Colombia, Brazil and Venezuela. Mansarovar Energy Colombia Limited, MECL, Colombia, is an oil-producing joint venture of the ONGC Videsh and Sinopec. MECL owns 100% of the Velasquez-Galan pipeline and earns ONGC Videsh an increased share of its oil production each year. ONGC Campos Limitada Brazil, a wholly owned subsidiary of ONGC Videsh, acquired a 15% stake in BC-10 project in offshore Brazil. In Venezuela, ONGC Videsh has an 11% stake in the Carabobo-1 field. This field has the potential to produce 400,000 barrels of crude oil per day. Carabobo-1 started production in 2013 and is likely to achieve peak production by 2019. ONGC Videsh Limited moved in hydrocarbon-rich Kazakhstan in 2011 by signing an agreement with Kazmunai Gas KMG, NOC of Kazakhstan, for acquisition of 25% participating interest in Satpayev exploration block. ONGC Videsh Limited entered in Azerbaijan sector of the Caspian Sea in 2013 by acquiring 2.7213% participating interest in Azeri Chirag Guneshli ACG producing field and 2.36% stake in Baku Tbilisi Zihan pipeline BTC. This acquisition has added about 73.25 million barrels of proved reserves to the proved reserves portfolio of ONGC Videsh, contributing 0.98 million metric tons oil equivalent to ONGC Videsh's annual crude oil production. In 2014, ONGC Videsh, together with Oil India Limited (OIL), acquired 10% participating interest in the Rovuma Area 1 offshore block in Mozambique, Area 1, by acquiring 100% shares of Videocon Mozambique Rovuma 1 Limited, wherein ONGC Videsh has 6% participating interest in the block, and also ONGC Videsh has directly acquired 10% participating interest in the same area from Anadarko Mozambique Area 1 Limitada. ONGC Videsh's strategic relationship with Russia and its national oil company Rosneft has only strengthened over the years and finally culminated in the acquisition in May 2016 of 15% stake in Vankorneft, the license holder of the prestigious Vankor field in western Siberia. Vankor is Rosneft's and Russia's second largest field by production and accounts for 4% of Russian crude oil production. The transaction strengthens ONGC Videsh's presence in Russia and is consistent with its stated strategic objective of adding high-quality international assets to its existing E&P portfolio. This acquisition also has significant strategic importance to India in terms of augmentation of India's energy security, as well as adding a new dimension to the relationship between Rosneft and ONGC Videsh, besides further strengthening the cooperation between the two countries. ONGC Videsh acquired an additional 11% stake in Vankorneft in 2016. The ONGC Videsh business strategy always maintained a balanced portfolio approach by maintaining a combination of producing discovered assets and exploration ventures, conventional and non-conventional assets, and politically stable countries. ONGC Videsh's offshore projects in Myanmar, Vietnam, its Farsi offshore block in Iran, CPO-5 onshore block in Colombia, and the North Ramadan project in Egypt are all examples of success in exploration efforts. The deep water exploration in a country like Brazil and on-land exploration in Colombia are also in varied stages of exploration, with expectations of commercial success. In the latest, in October 2017, ONGC Videsh joined hands with Tullow Oil of UK and completed the acquisition of 30% PI from Tullow Oil in an exploration permit in the offshore Namibia. With this latest acquisition, ONGC Videsh has shored up its contribution in India's energy strides. With a total of 39 projects, ONGC Videsh today operates in 18 countries. ONGC Videsh is working shoulder to shoulder with some of the top-ranking oil and gas companies of the world and has gained expertise in functioning in some of the most difficult terrain on land and both at sea and deep sea. Operating in different geographical locations and diverse socio-political cultures, the company engages with and understands the human factor beyond the business, hence considers its human resources as a prime asset. ONGC Videsh commits itself to the highest occupational health and safety standards for its diligent and dedicated workforce all over the world. Environmental concerns and protection is also a major focus area for ONGC Videsh. The HSE policy of the company is designed to fulfill the unique needs of each country, each project, and each hard-working individual. significant payment of tax revenues, investments in education and training, improving employment opportunities, providing medical, agricultural and recreational facilities to the local communities, assistance in times of national crises and calamities are ways in which ONGC Videsh contributes significantly for the general welfare and stability of communities in the countries that it operates in, as well as in India. While starting to grow its oil and gas business domain, striking bonds with host communities, honouring regulatory compliance, and nurturing international relations are within the ethos of ONGC Videsh. ONGC Videsh holds the confident dream of contributing a glorious share of India's equity oil and gas by 2030. But more importantly, it aspires to enlist in this ambitious task a team that will assimilate the best technologies and workforces across borders. With its world-class exploration and production portfolio, ONGC Videsh is taking strident steps towards the energy security of the Indian nation and en route leave a lasting footprint on the world oil map.